So, with 2025 coming to an end, I think it is time to look to the future. So, if you didn't read the title of the video, these are my 2026 Demonlist future predictions. So basically, what I'm going to be going over in this video is what levels I think are going to be, for instance, within the top, let's just say for now, the top 10 for future. So, for instance, I'm going to say stuff like Grief will be like top 6 by like the end of the year. So basically, I'm going to also just kind of be splitting this up. I'll be doing half of the video as the first half of 2026. So anything pre-July, then I'm going to be doing anything post-July. Since July/June is around the middle of the year, so that's basically how I'm going to be formatting it. So yeah, without further ado, let's get on to the video. Also, if you're wondering why my voice sounds a bit weird every now and then, I'm sick. You know, it's winter and all that. It's Christmas right now, actually. So yeah, you know, with all that, you're gonna get sick. But anyways, let's move on to the video. Alright, so starting off for early 2026. So, our number 1 level in 2026. Early 2026, I should be saying. I think we'll end up being Orbit, considering how fast Zoink has been progressing. Zoink already has 68 to 100, and like, I'm pretty sure like 40% on the level, which, for him practicing it for, I want to say, like 7, maybe 9 streams, is insane, like, the fast progress. So I very much so wouldn't be surprised if this level ends up being our next top 1, and will be a top 1 for probably a couple months, considering Zoink's last verification has been top 1 for a couple months now, actually, because Thinking Space 2, so yeah. Alright, so number 2 hardest level in 2026, I believe, will still be Thinking Space 2. So yes, it will all be Zoink verifications. So basically, it's just because this level is extremely difficult, and honestly, I don't really see it getting dethroned for a decent while. I wouldn't be surprised to see Flame Wall possibly get really, really close to taking it over, considering Zoink has beaten it. But personally, I think this level's harder, just due to looks. And even if it's length overall that makes Flame Wall harder, I feel like this level, just due to its sheer insane wave gameplay, makes it harder. And also its spam gameplay. It's just an insanely hard level. And this is coming from someone who's beaten an easy demon as their hardest. So, yeah. I just think this level will end up being number 2. So let's move on to number 3. Alright, so the next level I want to talk about is, of course, Flame Wall. Personally, yes, this level is extremely long and extremely difficult, but I do see it still staying under Thinking Space 2. Now, it's not just because the level overall is going to be a bit more accessible to play due to its more stretched out difficulty, but also as more and more people beat it, I definitely do feel like more opinions will come through that it might possibly be easier than Thinking Space 2. Now, of course, this is also going to be because Thinking Space 2 is going to get more victors, and so is Flame Wall. So it really just comes up to luck, honestly, which one ends up harder. I do still think Thinking Space 2 will be harder, but Flame Wall is also a very, very good contender for possibly being top 1. But I'm being really optimistic here, and so I just put this one at number 3 hardest for early 2026. So, on to our number 4 hardest. Alright, so number 4. This is actually really interesting, but I definitely do see this being a chance. So, number 4, Sweeping Demon 2 by Temp. Now, this is an extremely interesting pick, as for not many people really notice that this level is even being verified, and most new players don't even know of this level's existence, due to it being ancient. This level was made back in like 2020, and I started playing the game in 2021, so I've known what this level is for a decent bit, because that was a pretty big talking point back then. But this level is currently being verified by Tiago. So, Tiago's been promoting it as a top, like, I want to say 5, but I feel like it could be way harder than that, because if Tiago keeps buffing it, which I don't know if he has buffed it or if it's in its original unnerfed difficulty, or unbuffed difficulty, I guess, if he nerfs or buffs the level, it could easily be harder than Amethyst. So, yeah, definitely a good choice, possibly. So, I feel like this could be a very, very good chance of being a number 4, but what about number 5? We're about to talk about the number 5 hardest. Now, this one might catch you guys off guard. You might be thinking Amethyst would have been the top 5, but no. I actually think Booba Wombo will be top 5. Now, this is mainly because A, Booba Wombo currently is number 6, and B, because this level went from being the 18th. No, this level went from being level went from 18th to 13th to 6th. And so we could be very well on our hands right here, having a possible top 2 as of right now. This level could be on flame wall difficulty, but because only 2 people have beaten it, no one really knows except for those 2 people. Now, this level already has top 5 gameplay, but it's all invisible. But kinda, it's a memory level, so it's extremely difficult. But basically, I just feel like this could be harder than anything that we're gonna talk about after this point. But like I said, this is all guessing and off of luck. I genuinely don't really know. I'm not even close to good enough to beat any of these levels. I'm literally trying to go for a top 560, which is an extremely stupid decision. I don't know why I'm doing it, but because I can. But anyways, yeah, I just feel like this could be a number 5. But besides that, let's see what number 6 is. So number 6 is going to be Amethyst. Finally. Now I know this level currently is, I want to say number 4 actually. Number 4 and number 3, because I'm pretty sure it goes Thinking Space 2, Flame Wall, and Amethyst. Let me actually just double check. Okay, so yeah, Amethyst is currently number 3, but due to all the levels that I have talked about already, I do see this as 2026 comes already being pushed down to number 6. Now, mainly what I'm talking about is this being in May to June sometime. Obviously, it's not going to be number 6 by mid-January. That'd be absolutely insane. But I do see it possibly even falling out of the top 10 by the middle of 2027, honestly. But 2027 is not the point of this video. The point of this video is 2026. So let's move on to number 7. Alright, so number 7 is actually going to be Tidal Wave. So from here on out, I'm just going to tell you guys that it's mostly just going to be how the list is right now. So, but basically, number 7, I believe, is going to be Tidal Wave. Mainly just for the sole purpose that this level is number 4 right now, and Amethyst in this video is number 6. And so this level should be, the number below that, which I'm not going to say because... Yeah, but anyway, so I feel like this should just be number 7, just due to it being below Amethyst. Also, I just realized I have closed captions on. Yeah, I just feel like, just due to the list placement, it should be number 7. But that's about it. And also because 5 people have beaten it, and there are no other amount of levels above this that have anything above 2 people who have beaten it. So yeah, that's just most of the reasons why. So at number 8, Nullscapes. Now, so originally I was thinking that this was going to be higher, but it stayed at the number below Tidal Wave for over a year now. It stayed there for such a long time. So I was thinking about putting this one higher, but that's previously stated, just due to it being so close to Tidal Wave. I don't feel like it would be right. So I just feel like Nullscapes is appropriate here at the number 8 spot. Now, number 9, on the other hand, well, you probably aren't expecting it. Okay, so number 9. This is very odd, but it's going to be Subsuming Vortex, believe it or not. Now, I feel like just mainly because this level only has 3 people who have beaten it, even though it's been up on the list for, I want to say 6 months. It's been on the list for a while, if I'm not mistaken. Well, at least it's been beaten for a while. Curse verified it back in, I want to say, sometime in the summer. So yeah, he definitely, this level is old too. It's a 2.0 impossible level, and those are notorious for being insanely difficult on the current list. Silent Clubstep, for instance, that's number 10, and that's a 1.8 impossible level, for goodness sakes. But yeah, I just feel like due to the amount of people who have beaten it, and you might be saying, oh, Zoink only took 1,000 attempts to beat it. That doesn't matter. You have to realize something. Zoink beat 2 list demons in this span of under 4 hours and 3,500 attempts. If this guy spends 4,000 attempts on a top 10, then it's just because he's a good player. Most people who would beat this level, I'm pretty sure, it's like the median of this level is around 40,000 attempts, and it's only top players that have beaten this level. It's Cursed, W Popoff, and Zoink that have beaten this level. Now, Cursed the Verifier is a very good player. He literally beats Succubin Circles, has verified a ton of other stuff. He is known by any means a bad player. So, I just feel like this level would be appropriate at the number 9 spot, which it actually is currently. So if it just stays there, then that's perfectly fine. But on to number 10. Alright, so at number 10, we are going to have Ask Your Friend Which Level is Harder. I mean Every End by the amazing Mindcap, who actually just appeared on this list twice. Now, the only reason I say Every End is going to be number 10 is mainly just because most people are not cube carried. In fact, like, most of the top 10 players are all wave carried / ship carried. No one in the history of Geometry Dash has been cube carried. I can't even name a single person. I bet you I can name 5 people who are wave carried right now. Zoink, W Popoff, Cursed, Drick, and XT. But yeah, basically that's mainly why it's gonna be number 10, because of just its sheer like cube difficulty, I guess, which isn't a bad thing. I don't think cube is actually used enough when it comes to stupid stuff like this. So yeah, even though I do know that cube is used in top 1s. It's just usually only used for specifically frame perfect. It's nothing really original or creative. But on the other hand, I've never seen gameplay like this. Most of these clicks that you see, you wouldn't even know are frame perfects. Like, that click's probably a frame perfect. That click. Like, it's insane, but no one really has experimented with this. And also the fact that it's a 1.0 level, I just think adds on to the coolness of it. Never really seen a simple styled level get rated like this. So besides that is my prediction for the first half of 2026. So now we're going to move on to the much harder levels that are going to be into the later to the end of 2026. Alright, so right off the bat, our number 1 is going to be Grief. But actually, there's a second level I'm going to talk about after Grief that could be a chance of being the top 1. So actually, what I'm going to do for Grief is I'm going to say top 2, in fact. So, our top 2 is actually going to be Grief. Now, believe me, I'm a bit disappointed, honestly. Now, this is obviously for, like, December of next year. It's not going to be, oh yeah, which July we're going to have Grief as number 2. No, it's not going to be like that. Now, will this level be top 1 for a good majority of the later end of this year? Not this year, next year. Yes, obviously. It's probably not going to be outmatched for at least like 2 or 3 months just due to its sheer difficulty and Doggy continuously buffing it. But it's going to be number 2 by the end of the year. Do you want to know why? It's because of this level. Dude, Angelicide is getting verified next year. Now look, you might be saying, oh, but it's too hard. Bro, Extra 8 Nuggies has this level 37 to 73%. And then Kaza has 68 to 100. Like, this level is very, very difficult. And for people to be progressing that fast on it, and especially with that big of margins, 37 to 73 is, 36% of the level. That is insane, dude. And then Kaza has 32% of the level done. And so, all that together, 37 to 100, that's literally... No, 63%. I almost just said the other number. But yeah, that is an insane amount of progress considering the level has been up for about a year and a half now, but people have only been really progressing on it about the past 8 months. So this will definitely be the top 1 by the end of next year. I don't doubt it too much unless it gets verified early 2027. But again, 2027 is not the topic of this video. So let's get on with the number 3 hardest level for next year. I really wish I didn't have to talk about this level, but just due to it, this level will be number 3 in 2026. I hate my life. So basically what I'm saying that is because our Shadow, one of the people who actually is in Cherry Team, which decorated the level, or no, it was AP Team, I'm pretty sure, that decorated the level, just put a really big, I'm wrong if it's Cherry Team that actually decorated it. But yeah, our shadow basically is trying to verify the level, and he has 41 on the layout. Now, the decoration for this level is obviously a good majority of the difficulty. If you can't tell, the effects are, like, insane. And so, it's obviously going to be number 3. I don't put it past anyone that it won't be number 3. Basically, yeah, the most cash grab level of all time is going to be number 3. And guess what? Zoink agrees that this level is absolute garbage. So, yeah. But, let's see what number 4 is actually going to be. This is another ancient level. So, the human limit. This level is beyond me. This level started off as a stupid little slaughterhouse clone, but has turned into something of its own. It's actually really unique, and I do think it is an extremely cool level. Now, obviously, just due to the sheer effects and also just the difficulty of the gameplay, it's definitely going to be top 4 by the end of next year, if it gets verified. Now, not many people are attempting to verify it, but let's just say next year someone tries verifying it. Now, I already know that there is some progress from a couple people, but that's mainly on the layout version due to people just not really wanting to play the level anymore, just due to how long it's not been finished for. So, if this level ends up getting verified next year, it's going to be very, very, very late into the year. So, if this level isn't number 4 by the end of next year, man, I don't know what it is going to be. But either way, I do think this level is cool, and I am very glad to see it become something of its own and not just a slaughterhouse clone. So, what will number 5 be? Alright, so number 4 or 5, depending on if the human limit gets verified, is actually going to be Heliopolis. Now, I know this is sad and disappointing, but I'm saying this mainly because, first of all, the person who's verifying this level is progressing surprisingly fast on the level. Like, and even though this level has a 240 FPS frame perfect in it, Grief, I'm pretty sure, has like 5 or even like 9 120 FPS frame perfects in it. So, the difference between the two, I would probably say like 120, like a 120 FPS frame perfect is like a third of the difficulty. No, it's a half of the difficulty of a 240 FPS frame perfect. So, using just that, that means Grief has equivalent to like 5 240 FPS frame perfects. So yeah, I just feel like this level, honestly, if it gets buffed, then very much so, it will be a top 1. But in the current state it's in, with the 240 FPS frame perfect, I think it has a chance of being top 4 by the end of next year. So, what will the number 6 be? So believe it or not, number 6, I think, will be Orbit. Also, sorry for the subtitles keep coming on. I don't know why they keep doing that. I don't have any setting enabled for subtitles to just come on. But besides that, I feel like Orbit could just be number 6. Just due to it being top 1 in the earlier part of 2026. And also because of the other levels just being harder than it. Now, Minecraft. Bro, can you stop making such fire? Like, oh my god, this is the 3rd time you've been mentioned? No, 4th. Because you were mentioned in Orbit. Then you're mentioned in Every End. Then you were mentioned in Heliopolis. Then you were mentioned now again in Orbit. Like, this guy just keeps making banger after banger after banger, honestly. It's insane. But yeah, just number 6. Mainly just because of it really not being many other harder levels than this. Alright, so number 7 is going to be Silent Acropolis, believe it or not. Yeah, that's insane saying. Number 7 by the end of next year is going to be Silent Acropolis. So, basically, it's just because this level is on the same plane of difficulty with stuff like Heliopolis. But I just feel like in the current state it's in, obviously, it's not going to get anything past, like, a 7. If it manages to get top 5, then that's great for the level, all in all, but I don't really see that happening. Especially considering we're talking last days of the year. Like, this prediction is 12/31/26. Like, the literal last day of 2026 is when this would be number 7. So this is not gonna be like October, obviously. So yeah, I just feel like number 7 would be appropriate for it, especially considering the verification is happening extremely slow right now. I'm pretty sure the person who's verifying it, Raviz, literally hasn't gone progress on it in like 3 months. So yeah, but I just feel like 7 would be appropriate for it. Alright, so we're at this level again. Number 8 is going to be Thinking Space 2. And just because, you know, we just mentioned Orbit. And so it's obviously going to be a couple spots below it. So yeah, number 8 is going to be Thinking Space 2 by just the 2 reasons that I gave. What's the next level going to be? For number 9? Alright, so number 9 is going to be Flame Wall. I'm not going to really give an explanation for it. So number 10. Alright, so number 10 is going to be Amethyst. Because it's Amethyst, bro. Amethyst has, 9 letters. And, you know, Amethyst with a space has 10. So yeah, that's why it's number 10 right there. That's all I have to say, really. Now, I do want to give a couple honorable mentions to levels that have a chance of being verified by the time span of 2026. Okay, so another honorable mention is going to be Tsunami. So look, I know Tsunami is supposed to be Zoink's like next big verification. The only reason I'm saying that it might have a chance of being verified in 2026, but I didn't mention it, is because of the decoration. The decoration process alone probably will take at least like another 3-ish months, and Zoink will probably not be able to start verifying it till probably around April. Now, considering that Zoink wants this to be his big level and wants it to be like his hardest level, it's obviously going to take him a lot of attempts. How many attempts did it take him to verify Tidal Wave? Around 50,000. Considering this is going to be a new top 1 that everybody wants, this is obviously going to take him like almost 100,000 attempts. Now, obviously that means it's going to take him a couple months. And that's why I'm saying that it's not going to be getting verified within the time span of 2026. Now, if it were to, it would be in December. And I'm not saying early December. I'm saying late December of 2026. And for the last honorable mention is going to be Teeth Fortress 2. Now, this level is very interesting. Not just because of its epileptic nature, but also it's very, very spam heavy. And sure, spam is becoming a more and more common thing, but some of the parts in this level I've tried. And you gotta remember, I have 38 on the number 7 SCL challenge. Which, if I can barely get past a part in this level that's spammy, and I have that much on a SCL, which means spam challenge, then you better believe that it's a hard spam part. So I just tried doing it, and it's like 16 CPS. Now, some of the other reasons why I think this level is also pretty difficult is mainly because the part before this part was pretty much memory, and so was the part after it. Now, this is also the part that has like 16 CPS and is extremely hard. And so people that are good at spam are obviously going to try this level, but also people who are very skilled are going to try this level. So I feel like a perfect person would be WizKid05 to be this level. But besides that, this level is really, really cool, honestly. All the memory, all the spam, all the just cool styles. This level, I've never really seen something like it before this. So yeah, I really would like to see this level at some point next year. Maybe get verified, but no one really knows the level. It's pretty unknown, actually. But that's about it for my 2026 predictions. So thank you guys for watching this extremely long, almost 25-minute video. And see you guys in the next one. Peace.